Hi everyone, sorry about the delay in getting the leopard video out in the series by Mike Job. But here it finally is. I've just been a bit busy, both guiding in the field and hosting the Kruger Canyon Challenge this past weekend. Leopard are unpredictable sometimes, but most of the time just moving away from us. But we'll leave it up to Mike. He's got a great view on them, and as always, an entertaining talk. Enjoy.
Anyway, let's just distract you a little bit. Let's get on to leopards. So leopards has a big five walking on foot. I've had so few encounters, and I've seen them, and I've looked at them, and I've nearly stepped on them, and often they retreat, okay? All right, that doesn't mean it's going to always happen. Very sensitive animal, and it is a big predator, but it is not a lion. Let's just remember that. So don't behave with a leopard like you would with a lion. If you're walking and you've now inadvertently cornered a leopard, or whatever the case may be, and this leopard's decided to stand its ground, eye contact is bad. The sand bushmen I've read it there, the sand bushmen, they always said if you see a leopard, you must just look over them and pretend they're not there, and never make eye contact, and then just change your trajectory. Don't turn around and turn your back, because they might go for you, but just walk off in a different direction with half an eyeball on them. And they'll just lie, they'll watch. If they think they're not seen, they're fine. If you stand there and stare at a leopard, and he knows he's been seen, or she's been seen, it can aggravate them. They actually, because their whole purpose in life is to be secretive and move around undetected and ambush predator. You know, that's what they do. That's the whole goal. That mottled coloration they have is from evolution, that they just blend into almost any environment where there's a bit of sunshine through a leaf. I've got a picture somewhere of a leopard in the Kalahari Desert under a shepherd's tree. And if you don't zoom in, you can't see it. Because it's perfect camouflage. There's no grass, but it's lying there. So imagine how many leopards when we're walking and driving past here in Makhalale. I had the experience, it was a December time, it was a usual time to do a trail, but I guess you just wanted to do one night out in the bush. And we had a great walk. We had some black rhino wallowing, and they didn't know we were there. And then we were walking back to the car, and 12 o'clock in the daytime, leopard is walking up the road at us. And we're walking towards it. It suddenly sees us, I see it, it lies down. I turn my back half to it, and I just say to the guys, look, there's a leopard, but just look at me, past me, but don't make eye contact. That leopard lay in the grass looking, and we started to talk, and I had my half back turned. That leopard thought it wasn't detected, all right? And I just said, and everyone could have a glance at it, and as soon as I said to everyone, just pretend you're not looking and look in a different direction, that leopard took the chance and it turned, and the term leopard call, it did. That leopard didn't get its body higher than that of the guy, but he or she just leopard called at a right angle when it thought it was undetected by us. But as soon as I thought it might be seen, it just lay still there. And we didn't stand and stare at it, it would have probably just run away. So it's quite interesting with it. But generally in a group, a leopard will move away from the group. You never approach a leopard if it's run. So don't run far. I know this even from guiding in a car. What happens, you drive past a leopard that's run across the road. We always stop where it's run, and you always look down there. Where's the leopard? Leopard's usually there. Leopard will run and lie down. So if a leopard runs from you in the bush, don't carry on following it. Because what you're going to do is you're going to antagonize it, you're going to frustrate it, and eventually it might stop running. Okay, you must just, leopards run, don't turn your back, but then just change your direction of movement and move away. Okay. When aggressive and cornered, they hiss, they growl, they do disruptive charging, they run in different directions, those type of things. Generally, leopards, when they attack people, it is an ambush. It's very rarely do they come at you from the front, and almost always leopard attacks will happen at night time if they do attack a person. Quite uncommon in Africa, it does occur. Okay, it occurs more in India, but that's a factor of human-wildlife conflict and habitat. You know it. Anyway, so I met this Texan when I was a young guide working in a five-star lodge. Big, rich people, always cool, interesting, but always interesting people I found. But so we're at the bar having a beer, getting to know the guest, and he starts to talk about his hunting and his escapades hunting. So he's like, yeah, man, I really want to I want to hunt another leopard. I'm like, why would you want to hunt another leopard? He said, well, a few years ago, I bought my wife or fiance a leopard hunt as a present. Hey babe, here's a leopard hunt in Zimbabwe. I don't know. Maybe it works for some of you, I don't know. Anyway, and then they went off to Zimbabwe and they went hunting this leopard, and she shot it, but didn't kill it. So I ran into the bush, and then him being the big Tex, he was a big man, I won't lie to you, he was tall and broad and everything. Went with the professional hunters with their weapons to find this leopard to kill it. And he said this leopard came out of the bush and attacked him. I think the only reason he survived, he was a female leopard and he was a big man. But his comment to me was always stuck in my mind. He said to me it was like trying to grab hold of a chainsaw. So you've got to imagine that. This animal is, pound for pound, is the same as a human being. A big male leopard is ranging from 80 to 110 kilograms. Female leopard is around about 35 to 45, maybe 50 kilograms. But pound for pound, 10 times stronger than us. And all four hands are Freddy Krueger. All right, and when they attack from the front, when they're cornered, they often try to scalp people. They'll grab in here and they pull the scalps, which just happens. They'll be trying to bite your neck area to obviously asphyxiate or to break your neck. And they pull out the dew claws and they try to pull out your intestines and they just run in the stomach area. So imagine that. There is a picture of a guy got taken, was attacked by a leopard when they released a leopard. I don't know what happened. It was Zimbabwe, I think, actually. You know, sometimes you release animals and there was a semicircle of cars around and they pulled up the thing. The leopard ran out, turned around and beelined at one guy in the car. And it messed him up. He was lucky. The pictures were awful. I wouldn't put them up for a talk. And he survived. And it's like he had cuts everywhere. And his daughter and his wife were next to him. Lucky he got him. He was so fast. It was like lightning. You know, they get up to 90 kilometers an hour over a short distance. And by the time a leopard is so frustrated with you, it's a 10 to 5 meter distance. There's no time to respond to that animal. So you don't really want to deal with it, but generally as a walking guide with big groups, my experience is a leopard will choose to move if seen, and if you see it, you just leave it alone. And generally you should be fine. I was telling you when I run, I see more leopards on the crocodile farm jogging than I do walking with guests. And if a leopard crosses the road left, when I've seen it, I go right. And I walk. You just ignore each other. That's how I deal with it.